From group 15, and to present about our project title is analyzing the impact of Plants vs Zombie on education and entertainment. Want to introduce our group members. First we have Nur Aini binti Roslan, Amy Nurina Bila binti Ramli, Siti Nur Afika binti Azwan, and Muhammad Harif Daniel bin Nazaruddin. Introduction. The storyline in Plants vs Zombie is thoughtful and encouraging. Zombies in computer game are usually fought with heavy weapons. In this game, zombies are fought with vegetables. The game takes place in kind of vegetarian universe. Zombies are all the time trying to destroy the ecosystem of science and plants created by the player. The games make the player think that the planting vegetables and flowers can defeat the evil in the world, at least in the world of games. The storyline appeals to a broader target group than traditional strategy tower defense game. In sequel, Plants vs Zombie 2 was released in 2013. According to a PopCap webpage, 65% of their customers are females and 29% of their customers are over 29 years old. Next, for research problem or gap. Despite the increasing integration of video games into educational context, there remains a significant gap in understanding how games like Plants vs Zombie can effectively contribute to cognitive development and learning outcome. While Plants vs Zombie is primarily recognized as a source of entertainment, its potential as a pedagogical tool that has not been truly explored. The game encourages strategic thinking, problem solving, and metacognitive awareness through a gameplay mechanic, which require players to define strategies for resource allocation and plans payment to combat wave of zombies. The game introduced themes of life and death in playful manner, allowing players to engage with complex concepts in a relaxed atmosphere. The dual role at Plants vs Zombies necessitates a comprehensive analysis to determine its effectiveness in educational setting and its broader implication of entertainment. Understanding this dynamic is crucial for educators seeking to leverage gaming as an innovative approach to enhance learning experience while also recognizing the entertainment value that engage diverse audience.
Next, I will go to the data collection method, which is in this research, we use two of the data collection method, which is, for the first one is quantitative data collection, and the second one is the qualitative data collection. For the quantitative data collection, a structure questionnaire will be administered to a diverse sample of a student at the Islamic Science University of Malaysia, USIM. The questionnaire will consist of demographic question and item specifically designed to assess participants of the educational, value, and entertainment aspect of the Plant vs Zombie. This survey will utilize a Likert scale to quantify response, allowing for the statistical analysis of the data. For the next one is the qualitative data collection. In this qualitative data will be collected to the semi-structured interview with selected participants from the survey sample. This interview will delve deeper into the individual experience with Plant vs Zombie, exploring themes such as player motivation, perception, learning outcome, and emotional response elicited by the game narrative and mechanic. Next, I will go to the methodology, which is research design. The research design is aimed to analyze the impact of Plant vs Zombie in education and entertainment among students at the Islamic Science University of Malaysia, USIM. A mixed method approach will be employed, integrating both quantitative and qualitative data collection techniques. Next, the quantitative component involves administering a survey to a diverse sample of players among students to assess their perspective of the game educational value and entertainment aspect. Next, for the qualitative aspect will include interview with selection participants from the survey to gain deeper insight into their experience with Plant vs Zombie. This interview will explore themes such as player motivation, perceived learning outcome, and emotional response elicited by the game narrative and a mechanic, according McGrath 2015. The integration of quantitative and qualitative method will allow for triangulation of data and enhancing the validity of finding by corroborating quantitative result and qualitative insight. Next, I will go for the sampling technique. This study will utilize a stratified random sampling method. This method involves dividing the student population into the distinct subgroups based on the specific characteristics such as age, gender, year, and faculty. Stratified random sampling allows for the inclusion of diverse perspectives, ensure that various demographics are adequately represented in the sample, according to Caswell 2014. The researcher will distribute questionnaires to a determinate number of students within each subgroup to achieve balanced expectation. This approach enhances the generalizability of the finding and providing insight into how different Demographic factor may influence perception of the game education value and entertainment aspect. Qualitative interview will conduct with selection participants from each subgroup to gain deeper insight into their experience with Plant vs Zombie. The combination of stratified random sampling for quantitative data and purposeful sampling for qualitative data will facilitate a comprehensive understanding of the game impact across different student demographics. Next, I will go to the data collection method, which is in this research, we use two of the data collection method, which is for the first one is quantitative data collection, and the second one is the qualitative data collection. For the quantitative data collection, a structure questionnaire will be administered to a diverse sample of a student at the Islamic Science University of Malaysia, USIM. The questionnaire will consist of demographic question and item specifically designed to assess participants of the educational value and entertainment aspect of the Plant vs Zombie. This survey will utilize a Likert scale to quantify response, allowing for the statistical analysis of the data. For the next one is the qualitative data collection. In this qualitative data will be collected through the semi-structured interview with selected participants from the survey sample. This interview will delve deeper into the individual experience with Plant vs Zombie, exploring themes such as player motivation, perception learning, outcome, and emotional response isolated by the game narrative and mechanic. Next, I will go to the instrument or tool used for the analysis. For the research, we use three of the tool or instrument, which is the first one is questionnaire, and the second one is interview, and the third one is reference. For the questionnaire instruments are commonly used in survey research to collect standardized data. A well-designed questionnaire is essential for obtaining valid and reliable information. This study questionnaire follows the KISS principle, which is short and simple. A total of the 20 sets of questionnaire will distribute to the respondent. The questionnaire consists for the two sections, Section 1 and Section 2. For the Section 1, demographic question about the respondent, such as age, gender, faculty, course, and year. For the second one, question relate to the impact Plant vs Zombie on education and entertainment. For the number 2 is interview. For the interview instrument we use is the formal. Interview will conduct face-to-face student at the Islamic Science University of Malaysia, which is USIM. The researcher will create a comfortable environment for the interview and will actively listen to the participant. Important question will be asked and accurately. For this interview, we have 4 informant for this interview, which is we ask therefore the end of the question. And for the last one is the reference. The reference is instrument are obtained from scientific material such as book or journal about this study.
Demography of the respondents. Out of 20 respondents, 14 were female, making up 70%, while were male accounting for 30%. This shows that female players significantly outnumber male players among the survey for Plants vs Zombie. The dominant age group in the sample is around 19 to 22 years old, which is 80%, and remaining 20% is over age 23 to 26 years old. List of the year of study: 10% of respondents are in year 1 and 20% are in year 2. The majority, 55%, are in year 3, making the largest group. Meanwhile, 15% are in year 4. This highlights that the most respondent in our study is a third year of study. Among respondents, the Faculty of Leadership and Management, FKP, has the highest representation at 20%, equal to 4 individuals, while equal representation of 15 is seen from FQS, FAM, FKB, and FST. Meanwhile, 10% are from FSU and FPBU.
Next, I want to continue with the first research objective, which is to explain the theory of Plant vs Zombie in education and entertainment. In the first research objective, we conduct a qualitative method. We interview 4 people based on 8 questions that we are created. For the question 1 is, do you see Plants vs Zombie in education, entertainment, or entertainment? The second one is, what is your strategy in playing Plants vs Zombie? Number 3, do you think the gameplay encourages strategy thinking and problem solving, and how? Number 4, do you think collaborative or multiplayer adaptations of the game could enhance teamwork skills? Why or why not? Number 5, what is the most memorable moment you have experienced while playing Plants vs Zombie? Number 6, how does Plants vs Zombie make you feel? Number 7, what do you enjoy most about the visual or music in Plants vs Zombie? And the last one is, what lesson or values, if any, do you think that can be learned from playing Plants vs Zombie? Therefore, I have summarized their answer of informant 1, 2, 3, and 4, their answer into the main points. The first one is about perception of the games. Informant 1 says, as edutainment is combined fun and engaging gameplay with opportunities to learn and develop critical thinking skills. And the informant 2 says, as both entertainment and education, recognizing its ability to engage players while teaching strategy thinking. And the third one says, as primarily entertaining but knowledge is educational aspects, describing it as a mix of entertainment and edutainment. And the last one says, as edutainment is combined fun and entertainment with opportunity for strategy thinking and planning, which they consider educational. So we can look that informant 1 and informant 4 see the same perspective because they opinion Plant versus Zombie Plant versus Zombie as entertainment, emphasizing its blends, fun and educations. But for the informant 2, this says that Plant and Zombie is categorized both entertainment and education without explicitly calling it entertainment. And then the informant 3 says that Plant versus Zombie is leans more towards entertainment, but knowledge, some educational have values. The point of number 2 is multiplayer adaptations. I conclude that what for informant says, for the informant 1 and 4, their belief a multiplayer version could enhance teamwork and communication skill by encouraging players to collaborate and have strategies. But the informant 2 and 3 disagree about there because their perspective, they say Plants vs Zombie is more suited to a single player strategy because then with informant 3, they're expressing concern that multiplayer could alter the game core mission. Point is memorable moments. That means for the informant 1 and 3 and 4, their highlights. Plant vs Zombie is the completing challenge level as their most memorable moments, exploiting them with percentage and reward. And informant 2 says, on the other hand, recall Crazy Dave as their most memorable aspect, focusing on the character humor. For the point 4 is emotional response. For the informant 1, 4, and 2, there associates the game with relation, happiness, and nostalgia. But the informant 3 adds that while the game is fun, it can sometimes feel stressful during hectics wave of the zombie. The last point is about lesson and values. All informants agree that the game teaches about the planning, patience, and resource management. However, informant 1 says that the game emphasizes perseverance. Then the informant 2 focus on keeping zombie out of the house. And informant 4 highlights the importance of preparation for overcoming challenges. That's all. Thank you.
Move to the next question, which related to entertainment. For question number 9, I picked Plants vs Zombies to relax. 8 students strongly agree and 9 students agree. This shows that most students find the game relaxing. Only 2 students were neutral and 1 student strongly disagree, showing the game is not relaxing for them. Overall, the majority of the students agree that Plants vs Zombies is an enjoyable and effective way to relax after a long day. For question number 10, ask whether Plants vs Zombies is one of the students' favorite ways to pass the time. Among the 20 students surveyed, 6 students strongly agreed with the statement, while 9 students agreed. This indicates that more than half of the respondents enjoy the game as a preferred activity during their free time. Meanwhile, 3 students remain neutral, suggesting they neither strongly like nor dislike the game as a pastime. On the other hand, 2 students disagree, showing that the game is not among the top choices for spending the time. This shows that Plants vs Zombies is a popular pastime for many students, though some have different preferences. The next question focuses on whether the gameplay of Plants vs Zombies is addictive and fun. Among the respondents, 7 students strongly agreed and 8 students agreed with the statement, showing that the majority found the game highly engaging. Meanwhile, 5 students remain neutral, indicating they neither found it particularly addictive nor uninteresting. Notably, none of the students disagreed with the statement. This shows that most students find the gameplay of Plants vs Zombies enjoyable and captivating, with no negative feedback on its addictiveness. Question number 12 asks whether students enjoy Plants vs Zombies more than other mobile games. Among the 20 students, 4 students strongly agreed and 8 students agreed with the statement, showing that a significant number of students prefer Plants vs Zombies over other mobile games. Meanwhile, 4 students were neutral, suggesting they feel equally about Plants vs Zombies and other mobile games. On the other hand, 3 students disagreed and 1 student strongly disagreed, indicating that for some, there are other mobile games they enjoy more. This shows that while many students enjoy Plants vs Zombies more than other mobile games, there are still others who prefer different games. Question 13 asks whether students prefer playing Plants vs Zombies over watching television or movies. Among the 20 students surveyed, 3 students strongly agreed and 7 students agreed, showing that a fair number of students enjoy the game more than television or movies. However, 3 students were neutral, while 6 students disagreed with the statement, indicating they prefer watching television or movies over playing the game. Only 1 student strongly disagreed. This shows that while some students prefer Plants vs Zombies, many still enjoy watching television or movies more. Question 14 asks whether Plants vs Zombies keeps students entertained for hours. 4 students strongly agreed and 9 students agreed with the statement, showing that the majority find the game highly entertaining. 1 student remained neutral, while 5 students disagreed, suggesting they don't feel the game is that engaging for long periods. Additionally, 1 student strongly disagreed with the statement. This shows that while many students find Plants vs Zombies to be an entertaining game, some don't feel it holds their attention for extended periods. The final question asks whether Plants vs Zombies is one of the students' favorite games. 4 students strongly agreed and 12 students agreed with the statement, showing that Plants vs Zombies is a favorite game for most of the respondents. 2 students remain neutral, while 2 students disagreed, indicating that for some, the game is not a favorite. This shows that Plants vs Zombies is widely enjoyed and considered a favorite by most students, though a few prefer other games.
Based on the survey, it's clear that Plants vs. Zombies is a favorite source of entertainment for many students. Most respondents enjoy the game, finding it relaxing, fun, and a good way to pass their time. In fact, many prefer it over other mobile games and even watching television or movies. Let's say not everyone feels the same. A few students either prefer other activities or don't consider the game their top choice. Still, for the majority, Plants vs. Zombies is an engaging and enjoyable way to unwind and have fun.
Is the impact of Plants vs. Zombie on education. First is cognitive skill development. Plants vs. Zombie help develop problem solving and strategic thinking as players plan defense against zombie. The games is promote critical thinking. Next is hand-eye coordination. Plants vs. Zombie improve hands-eye coordination as players must respond quickly to changing situation and enhancing motor skills. Next is planning. Plants vs. Zombie teach resource allocation as players balance sunlight to plan defense. This aspect help develop planning and organizational skills. Next is the impacts of Plants vs. Zombie in entertainment. First is engaging gameplay. Plants vs. Zombie is adaptive gameplay where players' defense garden from zombies appeals to broad audience. It increasing difficulty offers a satisfying challenge, making it entertaining for both casual and serious gamer. Next is humor and creativity. The game's quirky, cartoonish, zombie and diverse plans foster creativity. Players can experiment with strategies, making the game both fun and imaginative. Next is accessibility and inclusivity. Plants vs. Zombie straightforward mechanic and available on multiple platforms, makes it accessible to players at all age. It broad appeal ensure it remains popular entertainment choice. The limitation. Sample size and population. The study focused on a specific student population at the Islamic Science University of Malaysia, USIM, which may not be representative of all students globally. A larger and more diverse sample could provide broader insight into the game's impact across different demographics. Next is game-specific focus. The study, which might limit the generalizability of finding to other educational games, future research could explore similar games to identify common educational benefits. Next is a recommendation for future research. Cross-cultural studies. Conducting the studies across different cultural contexts could provide insight into how cultural factors influence the perceived educational value and entertainment aspect of Plants vs. Zombie. Next is longitudinal study. A longitudinal study could assess the long-term effect of playing Plants vs. Zombie on cognitive skill, social behavior, and educational performance over time. For the conclusion, Plants vs. Zombie is dual role as both an educational and entertainment tool, blending engaging gameplay with elements that promote cognitive development, strategic thinking, and problem solving. The game fosters critical thinking by requiring players to plan and adapt their strategies to overcome obstacles, offering an accessible yet challenging learning environment. Its impact on education as it demonstrates how game learning experience can enhance engagement and retention. Meanwhile, as an entertainment medium, it provides fun, interactive experience that capture players' attention while subtle reinforcing skills that are transferable to real-world scenarios.